What exactly are we talking about?
Politics.
Sports.
Education.
We'll tell you anything you want to hear.
We talk, you listen.
Big's Golf Talk.
Well, here you all are, waiting to hear my broadcast. How very nice of you.
Big's Golf Talk.
America is talking.
Talking and yakety yak.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's all about talk.
A place for information, advice, golf news, golf reviews, and of course, golf humor.
Do you know who this is?
Big's Golf Talk.
Comes highly recommended. You're gonna feel better if you talk to him.
That's the fact, Jack. Now we'll talk.
Connect with Big's Golf Talk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Big's Golf Talk. Subscribe with us on YouTube and iTunes, Amazon Music, and the Google Play Music Store. We're also available on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all your Alexa devices. And our website is www.bigsgolftalk.net or .com, BIGGSgolftalk.net or .com. Our social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, or X, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, all at Big's Golf Talk. I am Big John Quick. He is Bill Cuevas, the Golf Father. She is Amanda, the Golf Diva Censor. And this is BGT 2.0, Big's Golf Talk, BGT TV. And welcome in, everyone. And we are back in the studio again here and coming off of a busy week last week. Amanda in Ohio, Bill and I in Colorado. And Amanda, I got to tell you, I think the Golf Father was a little starstruck. No, not a little. I think he was big starstruck by meeting the retired, and the guy should be in the Hall of Fame, MLB umpire Jim Evans. And Jim Evans, anytime we get together with Jim Evans, he certainly has some stories for everybody that's around and stuff. I've known Jim Evans for many years, worked with him and everything else. The guy is just a fantastic guy. We actually had on our show father and son individual that graduated from the Protect the Game program, and the son is actually an umpire before the father was.
Oh,
So his son got his father to be an umpire, and his son's like 19 years old. Santiago is his name.
He just graduated high school. Yeah, he was 18. He's been an umpire, I believe, since he was 15. And the kid is super intelligent. He decided, he's like, you know what? My baseball career is going to end in high school, and not many kids are going to say that because everybody's the next A-Rod or Aaron Rodgers or whatever. Yep. So he's like, no, my career in this sport's going to end, but I don't want it to end. I still want to make it to the big leagues. So he opted to be an umpire.
Love it.
And it just so happened that he's a catcher.
Got a scholarship. He went to the MLB camp in Denver.
Protect the Game. Yep.
And then he was selected for a scholarship to move on to the advanced session in Vero Beach, and he's going to be going there in January.
Wow.
Major League Baseball. Yep, scholarship. So it's awesome, listening to him. He was on the show last week, so there's a lot of information. The people that haven't heard it, go listen to last week's show. Santiago was
on YouTube. Yep,
man. Yeah, he was really, really good. And the dad, it was funny because it was like that movie where the mother and the daughter switch. And the daughter becomes the mother becomes the daughter. That's what happened at that show. And listening to that kid talk and listening to his dad do the things on the field that his son should be doing, yet he's doing it. And his son's like, nah, Dad, you can't do that. No. But the dad was very cool and said, you know what, I'll let you be the boss when we're working. But then when we home, we got to go back to normal. So
Jim Evans is certainly someone that, Force 3 Pro Gear. Jim Evans is an investor owner in that company. The 3 is actually Jim Evans' number in Major League Baseball. Well, at that time, he was an American League umpire, and towards the end of his career became MLB umpire. But one thing, Jim is always doing is always giving back, and he certainly believes in Protect the Game. He's known Jordan for some time, known myself, Mike Fitchter, and everything else from the Chicago area. And when Jim Evans walked into the room at our summit, and Bill was a part of the summit. He was standing there just listening and all that stuff. So Bill's seen another part of my life as a leader in this industry on what I do, on the behind the scenes, and certainly a lot of behind the scenes stuff. But when Jim Evans walked into the room, everybody was like, hey Jim, hey Jim, hey Jim. And, it's easy to get starstruck with Jim because he always shares his stories and things like that. And I've known him for many years. So I hear I hear him over and over again. It's great. But Bill was starstruck.
He sat next to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Very
And
nice.
we ate lunch right next to each other. I picked up his chip. Yep, it was an amazing thing.
His chip. But Bill, I would think that you would have a lot of history to want to absorb from him as
Yankee
far as
Stadium,
where
yeah.
he grew up and taking
Everything, because I knew who he was already. I didn't know the impact, of it, but I knew that, he was an umpire during my childhood.
And the funny thing is, Bill doesn't care where I've umpired at.
No.
No, that's not important.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, this guy did. I'm a Yankee fan. I mean, I'm not like
Somebody's
now.
gotta be.
I'm not diehard now because all that money that was spent. But back in the day, the Yankees they earned every victory. You know what I mean? They may not have had the most money, but they were playing, and he was there during all those World Series and all those great moments that I remember as a kid. Who doesn't remember? Reggie Jackson. And then he's, we're talking about, he came out, he goes, you know what, Bill? Remember when Reggie Jackson, I was like, yep, I saw that game. He's like, well, Reggie was talking about his candy bar well before he got his candy bar. And they were thinking about all kinds of crazy names to name his candy bar, because if Babe Ruth had a candy bar, Reggie wanted a candy bar. And then we both looked at each other and said, that didn't really work out for him, did it? Because Babe Ruth is still here today. And the Reggie bar got thrown back into the field. So, but he knew it. He experienced, he was there. Although I saw it on TV, he was there. He was right there behind the plate watching everything transpire. And it was just amazing to hear it from what he saw and what he experienced. So there was that great connection. I love talking to him. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing them next year.
Bill, protect the game. You got to see a side of officiating, probably like no other, and only very few have seen that side. What is your opinion? That golf outing, being the largest fundraiser for what they are doing for the military veterans, for the families.
What
do you take from that?
I took a whole bunch of different emotions, and to be honest, I'm I was talking with Jordan, and I was like, because they said sold out, and yet it was 30 teams, and most they could have sold out actually at 32, which would have been really, really good, or they could even gone 36 and just put one on the par threes and done a lot of other things, which he didn't even think about, which next year might be implemented. So next year that there could be the 32 or 36. There's ways of doing it. I mean, we played a pretty fast round. It was really, really quick.
I was going to ask,
golf course was good.
5 hours.
Yeah, it was about 5 hours, and there was no delay. There was like 90% of the time we didn't have to wait for anybody in front of us, nor did anybody come up really behind us. It was spread really, really well. I wanted, not that they didn't, but I wanted them, because every connection that I made, it kept getting better and better. I saw behind the scenes. I saw the umpires. I saw protect the game. I saw it on the golf course. We did a show. We had the guests. We had the people that it impacted, people that have gotten the scholarships. Then we played a tournament, and you just keep going and going and going. And then you sit back and you're like, what more can we do? Because this program is too important, to let it subside. It's not just about baseball. It's about officiating. So there's a lot of stuff that can tap into that. Golf is a great way to tap into almost everything and anything. But I believe that they've done a great job. They talked about how much this one was a little bit better. Next year, they hope that to be better. I think they got a lot of support, but I think they deserve a lot more support for what they're doing. Helping military families. You could be the veteran. You could be the grandson of the veteran. They're helping these kids, do a profession. Honestly, that a lot of people don't want to do. A lot of people don't have the tenacity to do. A lot of people don't have the patience. They rather be out there screaming and yelling about how you missed a call and blew a call than going out there and being the person making the call. So I think with knowledge, and if people actually saw all that and experienced it, I think it would go a lot of way, because people don't really understand what goes into it. They just think, they're getting paid whatever they get paid, which is still underpaid. I don't care what anybody says. Umpires are underpaid to take that kind of abuse. So to help and to get these people, these veterans, into these positions where, one, they have the camaraderie, which is huge to have. Everybody wants that. When you leave your job and you're used to having a band of brothers and sisters, and they take that away from you, you're left by yourself. And in Army, Navy, Marines, everything, it's not about yourself. It's about your team. It's about your unit. It's about your battalion. And this game, Protect the Game, is giving them back. You know what I mean? In a different place.
And the good thing is too is I'm going to be working with Jordan. We're bringing Protect the Game to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Our training at the beginning of next year, so it's going to be quickly, and we're going to get some veterans here in New Mexico. I know I've been approached by a lot of veterans that have wanted to go to the training in Texas, go to the training in Arizona, and they just didn't have the time to travel and spend days, to do that, or the money to travel. And I've been asked, hey, can you bring that program to New Mexico? Yes, I can, and yes, we will. So and Bill, the day before, 8 hours of brainstorming and leadership, in a room with 20 people, talking about how we can better the profession and better what we do, and with training and all that stuff. You sat in that room for the 8 hours, all 8 hours. What was your thought on that?
I listened, and there's real troubles out there, but what was good, you had one gentleman that was a lot older than the rest. He's still doing it, and he quite wasn't up with technology and listening. He still writes 2 checkbooks a week, and we're trying to figure out why and how. And he's like, I don't want to lose this and this. And listening to the younger guys, no, you need to use this, and throwing out, this is free. You can use this plan. Why do you use this one when you can use this one? And trying to calm that uncertainty that the older generation have. And then you also have guys that, they were on the flip side, where they started umpiring and one bad person took them away from the game. And then they fell back in love with the game later on in life. And they were sitting in that room, giving back, doing the stuff that they do, whether it's assigning. They had the assigners from Florida, which was literally right in my neighborhood. The guys, one went to the school that my daughter went to. The other gentleman, all the fields that I brought my kids to play, that's where it was. So it had that home connection. We had Phoenix, we had Arizona, we had it all. And listening to the struggles as well as what they've overcome. So, some people have a shortage. Phoenix guy wasn't really having a shortage. He was flourishing. And he told, even you took away, some of the knowledge that he had on how to do it. You're starting with your baseball camps and teaching the guys the knowledge that they need from the very beginning to what they do, how to charge appropriately, because you could lose your shirt if you do it the wrong way. And for a lot of them, it's not about the money at these camps. And that's why a lot of people don't understand. Like, oh my God, that's money. No, it's about knowledge. It's about teaching you. It's about getting you prepared, getting you the rules, getting you your tools and equipment. Because from my understanding, that equipment can be quite pricey. Protect the Game, when you finish that program, you don't pay for the program. You get your whole entire uniform, mask, Wilson bag, everything. They give it to you. And then it doesn't stop there. We don't give you equipment and forget you. They help lead you. They set you up with the guys like John that are the signers and do all these things. And then they don't forget you there either. They still throw a call, and they keep going and going and making sure that you're okay. Are they perfect? No, but they talk with each other where one might be falling short, where one might help. Hey, you need a guy in Arizona? I'll send them from North Carolina. Don't worry.
We were not. I mean, there's so much baseball. He's still short in Arizona. Trust me, because they are always calling me to get umpires, because there's just so much baseball. I
Mm-hmm.
would say right now, Arizona is probably the baseball capital of the nation.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's what they were saying, that because it surpassed California with the tournaments and everything.
really quick, I want to mention Protect the Game golf outing. Trust me, that golf outing and does not stop there. We encourage you to go to protectthegame.com to give and to donate. They still need our help. They still need your help. So protectthegame.com is the website. Donate today. They're going to have an online auction as well, silent auction online that you could bid on some items. Amanda, very impressive by Backswing Golf Events being at the event on the par 3, and your girl did a terrific job raising some money.
Always glad to hear it. I did the final report a couple days ago, and it looked like she did very well, and said it was a great crowd. Everybody was in good spirits, so we're always happy to be out there.
We got to give that shout out to Kristen.
Yes,
but
Kristen.
Now let's ask the real question here: who got their butts whooped by her?
That guy on that side over there. Because you want to hear the true story? Because he always tells that story about Bay Hill. I'm gonna tell you the true story.
It gets a little jaded, as the more you tell it.
I won't jade it. I promise.
I guess she told you that about kicking my butt, huh?
I'm gonna spit the facts. The fact: John hit a shot on the par 3. Okay. It rolled right by the pin. Literally right by the pin.
Skipped on the hole.
Yes.
Okay.
Biggs proceeded to scream like a little schoolgirl that just scraped her knee. Oh my God. And I'm like, what happened? I hit the ball. Yeah, I know. But so he lost his mind. He had hope. He thought that he had this girl. She calmly goes, I don't know what's going to happen.
The damn pin.
I don't know what's going to happen right now. But that was a really good shot. Then she starts talking this nonsense. Well, the wind is a little bit this, so I'm going to choke up a little bit on the shaft over here. I'm going to choke up on these grips. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, and then puts it inside of Biggs.
Oh no!
Yeah, and then Biggs stops.
But Biggs, at least you went down with a good fight. Like you didn't shank it, you didn't roll it up there.
No,
like he did a good shot, and you just got your butt kicked by a true
He hit a good, yes. And I mean, it was like listening to Babe Ruth call a shot.
At least, you know what, Amanda? At least I put it where, there was competition.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of people.
Hey, minus him screaming like a little girl, it was all good. It was all good. I just have to express the fact that he screamed like a girl. He was I thought it went in the hole.
I will say, there are pros out there. You can't call your shots early.
No,
can't do it. Can't do it because
we learned that. It was actually disgusting.
You know what? I'm just glad I didn't put a further side bet on that, because anyone else I'd have been like, yeah. $100 says you don't get inside me.
You don't want to bet somebody as calm as she was. She was too dead. She didn't boast. She didn't do nothing. She was like, nice shot. And then went and did it better. And I'm like, Lord.
And then she turns around. And then she turns around. Oh, somebody's closer.
That's Kristen. Yeah.
That was her. But she was amazing.
She's great. Her personality is so
really was
energetic and just like always has a smile, always a great attitude.
She did.
She just all around. I'm really happy she was able to be the one at your event. So.
No, she was. I mean, we were hoping for you. There's no substitute.
Well, me too, but I was at a wedding and another backswing event, so all the things.
No, but she didn't disappoint. She was really, really funny. I like funny. I found out her background. We got more stuff that we're going to do with her. We're going to have her on the show. Right. She went and did another event right after that. Yeah. But, listening to her and talking to her, she did a great job. She
nonstop for us. Yeah. We have very limited pros in Colorado. So she has basically given up her life to be in Colorado for the last few months for our Colorado rep. So
I think, Amanda, you need to give her a raise.
She's great. I don't.
Well, if you want, they renting a lot of buckets in Colorado, and she could sit in the bucket and it'll rain.
The more they raise, the more they get paid.
You want to raise, you want to get paid. Which one you want to do? But no, she was good.
Let's head into our first break, as a matter of fact. And when we come back, it's going to be Amanda on par, Amanda uncensored, however you want to look at it. But she's next here on BGT 2.0. We'll be right back.